everyone, this is Amy Rich with amyrich.net here for project number 3 in Christmas in July 2024. I am using Thoughtful Journey today, the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper from the 2024-2025 annual catalog. And this is a couple packs of it right here, but you're saying, wait, isn't this Christmas in July? And I'm going to tell you, yes, indeed it is. And when I was looking through all of these designs for the first time, I came across that one, bing, which to me looked wintry and good enough for Christmas. And that's what we're going to use here today. So we've got our Thoughtful Journey DSP picked out. We've got a little Misty Moonlight cardstock. And we're going to make actually a really simple fun fold card that just has a lot of scoring on it. So we're going to start with our 4 1/4 by 11 piece of Misty Moonlight. And we're going to score it at 3/8 of an inch. Now I'm doing that over on the right hand side of the blade because I'm right-handed. It's a little bit easier that way. I can hold it with my left hand here. Score it at 3/8, and then I'm going to turn it the other way, and now we're going to work on coming this way. 1 7/8, 3 5/8, 5 1/8, and finally 5 1/2. Which is half of our 11-inch piece. So when we fold that last one, look, it folds it right in half like that. All right, so we've got all of those score lines. You can check the bottom of the screen here for those measurements so that you can get those down. Pause it, and then write them down or do your scoring if you're making along with me today. Then we're going to take this beautiful 6x6 piece of DSP, and the first thing I'm going to do is trim a little bit off the top. We're going to go to 4 3/4, and then we're going to flip it to the other side and trim it at 4 1/8, so that what we have left is a 4 1/8 piece that looks like this. It cuts off just some of the watercoloring on top and bottom. Now we're going to start with this piece, and we're going to cut panels that fit into this card, okay? So the first thing we're going to do actually is something that seems a little bit strange. We're going to go to 1 5/8 off of this right edge. Well, because of how I'm cutting, I'm going to flip it, cut it at 1 5/8, okay? This is going to go on the inside of my card right here when I get that far. Then I am going to cut 1 3/8 inch, which I can do in this direction here. So I have 1 5/8, 1 3/8. The next section is also 1 5/8, and then the final section is 1 3/8. So if I cut that 1 3/8, we've automatically got this centerpiece at 1 5/8. Okay, so hopefully you got that. When all is said and done, you started with a 6-inch piece by 4 1/8, and you cut 1 3/8, 1 5/8, 1 3/8, 1 5/8 from this piece. Okay, are we good? Super. Then I also cut from the flip side 2 strips that are 1/4 of an inch. I love that watercolory look side. It's almost like a batik fabric. If you're into quilting at all, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I love that look. I love just that soft watercolory tone-on-tone look that we got going on there. So these are the 6 pieces of DSP that we need. Let's push those aside and let's do a little bit of folding here. So the first fold on this end is going to be a fold that comes up. And then the next 3 folds are all going to go in. So I'm just going to lightly do a little crease of each piece. This last one is a little bit tricky. So it should be out, you know, like a valley fold, mountain, mountain, mountain. Well, actually valley at the end. Valley, mountain, mountain, valley. We are making a bay window card, or a window, you know, a window card. And I have to open this up, and we're going to add some adhesive here. So you can use whatever you want. I love my Stampin' Seal, and it will do the trick. So just in that skinny section there, I'm going to fold it on each other, almost like a book fold card would be, except we've got just a real skinny section there. All right, so now we've got our little bay window going on here. Next up, we're going to add the panels of DSP. So you see the two skinny parts. That's where the 2/4 inch strips will go. And hopefully our liquid glue is going to cooperate today. There we go. All right, so just a little bit to dress up each end. So I'll do those first just to get them out of the way. I like the liquid glue for these skinny pieces just because then we can kind of slide them into place. And then we'll do the same thing on the other end. This particular way to do a bay window card is, I got it from Jeannie Stark. I liked how she cut her DSP, how she started with a 6-inch piece and then cut the sections from that. I thought that was really cool because then, you know, you want it to look like a scene outside, and it certainly does. So now we're going to start from the left-hand side. Oh my gracious, what's wrong with my adhesives today? I think they're a little bit cold from being on a break. We've taken a little break and now we're back. Okay, so we've got the first panel in place, and you can picture sitting on the bay window and looking outside to that beautiful winter scene. And we're going to place the next panel. And it's really important, in my opinion, to get that scene to go straight across when you put your panels on, which is why we cut it just the way we did. And then that last panel goes here, or the last section goes there, and see how pretty that is? Okay, then on the inside is where we're gonna put this last piece. Oh man, must be getting to the end. That's what happens. And now we're just going to leave that teeny little border on 3 sides, just like this. And then we're going to grab our label, and let me show you where that label comes from. In our new online exclusives that were released July 3rd, 2024, we had the Greetings of the Season bundle. So we've got a phrase builder, Christmas phrase builder, and then these amazing tag dies. And you can use them even when they're not tags, which is what we're going to do here for this one. So from the sentiment, I grabbed 2 stamps. This is Love and Joy. I love how it fits in here, and it also kind of leaves our sentiment a little bit more wide open. And we're going to add that here. And the important part now is that we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to add that. And thus, it becomes suddenly kind of an easel card, because you're able to, and I know we're covering up, oh gosh, I don't want to cover up too much. We're going to cover up some of the trees, which is sad, but inevitable, I guess. And then the bay window piece can tuck under there like that, and it can sit up on a mantle or however the recipient wants to display it. So I love that part of this card also. Some people skip this part and pop up the DSP and then tuck your bay window under the DSP. I like it with the label. I think it adds some pretty to it. And we'll take some of our silver trim. We've got gold and silver that come together in a pack. So we'll take some silver and we'll make our little bunny ears and tie our bow. All right, so we'll just play with this until we like it. It's gonna go over the hole in on that oval there. So grabbing a mini glue dot, I'll attach that. This little Christmas in July has really gotten me excited for what is to come. The 12 Projects of Christmas 2024. The planning is already in the works, so that will start near the end of October. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. It'll start near the end of October, so you can look forward to those videos coming very soon, just a few months away. And then I decided to conjure up the help of the Frosted Forest bundle. And this bundle contains stamps and dies, and the masks. And the masks I featured in project number 1 of Christmas in July, if you recall, or if you've seen that. If you haven't, you can go down to the description of this video and you can find the link. It's a great fun fold card, and easier than it looks, trust me. But I grabbed a couple dies from that die set and cut out some Misty Moonlight trees. So I'm just gonna go with a little liquid glue, and we're gonna add this to the center like that. And actually, let's move it a little bit to the right here. But I love the detail of those dies. And then we're gonna add another one down here. So you can layer those. Just make sure that they have some space here, so that when you open up the card, it doesn't seal it down. You know what I mean? And if you want, you could cut some really tiny little pieces of Stampin' Dimensional and get those to go in behind these little sections here, so it pops it up a little bit. So now what you've got is this cute little, we've just added a few trees. And you know what, as I look at that, we're gonna move it over just a little bit. Let's put them over here. Yeah, that looks a little bit more even, I guess. And then we're going to add some beautiful sparkly gems. These are the adhesive back sparkle gems. Imagine that. And they come in a few different colors and sizes. And I thought it would be pretty to add some of these to the card. Kind of like we have shimmery snowflakes happening in the sky. And actually, you know what? Let's put this one in here. Okay, so we've got this beautiful card. We've got love and joy. And then we're gonna do one more thing on the inside. We're gonna grab a piece of white to go in here. And I've left a little bit extra space here in the center to separate the two pieces, and then did my 4 1/8 up here. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/8. And I'm gonna stamp that with a larger sentiment from the Greetings of the Season stamp set, and it's this one right here. So grabbing my Misty Moonlight, may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. I think that's really pretty. And it takes up a lot of space, which we've talked about before. That's always good when we can fill up the space. And then we'll add that to the inside of the card. So really a simple fun fold, but I've brought in 2 bundles here. Well, actually 1 set of dies and 1 bundle. But I love how sweet this card is and how we use that Thoughtful Journey DSP as a Christmas card. So I hope you enjoy this card. I'm looking forward to sharing one more Christmas in July project with you. And then again, we'll hop over to October to get all of the fun in the 12 projects of Christmas. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe so that you don't miss a single video tutorial.